All right, so welcome everybody. How is everyone doing? I already see quite a few people who've jotted some notes in the group chat, and as always, I would like to encourage you, if you've got any comments or questions, you're very welcome to type in the group chat, or you can unmute yourself. So good to see you, Judy. Aurora, you did yoga online as well. That's wonderful. Hello, Lily. Hello, Angie. Okay, so let's get started. If any of you would like to, of course, show your video, that would be lovely so we can see each other, but otherwise there is no pressure for that. So let's get started. Is there any particular positive news this week anyone would like to share?
Yeah, awesome positive news on vitamin C and antioxidants. It's everywhere out there. Yes, there's a lot of information coming out with regards to research, etc., on the importance of vitamin C, antioxidants, zinc. Has everyone heard also zinc as well is important to be taking? So, yeah, there's heaps of information out there. So push this out to everyone you possibly can is my recommendation. Thanks, Kitty.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, it's so true. I see it everywhere. And especially, of course, one of the research findings that you did through the doctor in China, and that was really pertinent as well. Thank you for that, Mark. Anyone else?
I've got an update on that too, because there's a few more videos that he's actually put up. So there's a bit of an update on that. So I'll be showing that later on.
Yeah, in the calling that we have with you, maybe we can get a bit more. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that, Mark. Thank you.
I believe you have some news, Kitty.
Yeah, I was going to share that. Really exciting. Thank you, Chris. I have this affiliate coaching partnership opportunity with a wellness, a really big global wellness coaching. Well, it's basically a company where they have a lot of people, patients and practitioners sort of gathered community where they always just do face-to-face kind of either coaching or helping mentorship with different CEOs and corporate people. So they've always done things offline. They've never done anything online, and because of what's happening, they were forced to really shut down, because as you all know, you can't actually do any kind of group coaching more than 2 people now, right? So what they've decided to do was to enlist freelance kind of health coach or weight loss coach or different types of health coaching institutes and individuals. And so one of my previous clients that I helped with TLS, in fact, recommended me to them. And so they saw my profile and liked what they saw, and then invited me to partner with them. So this is a really high ticket client, and a lot of opportunities to not only I suppose in terms of income wise help me, but also even with the business, I would see an opportunity to not only serve these clients to reach their health goals, their weight loss goals, but also perhaps introduce them to our business when the time is right. So yeah, so Chris, thank you for that.
Well done, Kitty. Very well done. That's awesome.
Yeah, very exciting.
So exciting and so well deserved. Well done, Kitty.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yes.
It's pretty, I mean, it's exciting, but it's also a little bit overwhelming at the same time, because the expectation is a lot higher. Like, not to say that like when I coach TLS clients or students, I give a lot, but it's a different type of people. The majority of these people are CEOs and corporate clients. So
yeah, high level of accountability. But you're up for it. You'll be fine.
Thank you, Mark. I'll do my best. Trusting.
I agree.
And
always remember you've got us all to help you as well.
I know. I've
here.
got you, Mark. I know I've got Christina. I've got all of you, like Lily, all of you wonderful business buddies. I'm sure that I'm yeah, kind of up for it. Thank you. All right. So anyone else? Maybe one more positive news. Any volunteer? Phóng phóng. 谢谢. No? Okay, no worries. Anyone watched today's Mark Ashley's presentation?
No, I missed it. Was it recorded?
It was recorded, yes.
Okay, awesome.
If there was anyone at all on this call that has watched it, I'd love for you to share a bit about what you've experienced. To me, it was an experience and an encounter on its own. It's not just knowledge, but I don't want to be the one speaking.
Yes, Kitty, Vera here. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, there was an awesome presentation he gave, webinar. Yeah, in fact, I took a little bit of notes, especially the products. He was talking about vitamin C and also, I think he mentioned about vitamin D is another supplement that would help us with our immunity, to improve our immunity. And he was saying that certain products, if they run out, and we can actually, they would actually recommend some other products that has the same ingredients. Like for instance, if they have run out vitamin D, in fact, OPC3 Beauty can be a substitute for that. So there are a number of products that he said then was quite pretty useful about how our products can actually, like probiotics, okay? And if it runs out or you don't have it, you can get DNA probiotics. That's what he mentioned. Yeah, it was very an awesome session.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Vera. Okay, but I won't actually spill the beans. I just wanted everyone to be encouraged to watch it. Like, apart from what Vera has shared, which is awesome, you will see the heart of our company, no doubt about that. I mean, I just really, I actually cried when I watched it. Like, it was just a grateful tear in my eye. Anyway, so let's get to the next agenda item, which is Julia, who is going to be giving us the keynote speaking for tonight, which is on talking in themes. So thank you so much, Julia, that you're going to be sharing with us. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, can everyone hear me?
Yes, thanks.
Yep, all good.
All right, thank you, Katie, and thanks for everyone. Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to share a little bit of my 2 cents. I also was on Mark's Facebook Live this morning, and I think the takeaway that I have got is the company, all those 29 years of preparation, although Mark did say that they didn't really prepare for COVID-19. However, what the vision of online presence, how the internet marketing, and how our business can switch on from a face-to-face in the home, from hotel room and things to online, basically within 24 hours. It's just because that we are the business of future. So I'm actually am very grateful, and I feel extremely lucky to be part of this movement. So yeah, that's how I felt. And then at the end of the speech, Mark would like us to have a peace in mind and just live at the moment. I think that's really important. I don't know if any of you since last week been working from home, and I actually feel so overwhelmed. You think that, just getting out of, move from the bed to the kitchen, making yourself coffee, and then go to your study and you start working is the best scenario everybody can wish for. But the fact is, it's really distractive, and I feel extremely out of my comfort zone and lost that control of my workflow and things. So I was really overwhelmed. I was a hot mess last week until this week start to get used to working from home. So saying that, I'd like to share with you guys about talking in themes. That's what Kitty and I were saying, maybe this is a good topic to talk about. So talking about talking in themes, I just then talking in themes with you guys, isn't it?
Yes.
So, so all right. So let's talk in theme. Yeah. So today I will be talking about. I hope this is an interactive one because I can see that most of us have already been in the business for a while. I don't know about you. I feel that when I do my day-to-day conversation, when I talk to my colleague and talk to my friends, it's easy. It's never a problem. When I start talking about Market Australia, talk about unfranchise, about shop.com, I start to get tongue-tied. And I don't know why, what's going on. Almost like I'm doing something like illegal or doing something not presentable, not upmarket or something. So I think this probably could be common for some new business partner coming into the business. I have more than once heard from my junior business partner told me, say, Julia, I really like this business. I like the product, but I don't know what to say to my friends and I don't know how to say that and things like that. Well, here you go. This is the time that we can share with each other that how can we help our junior business partner and help ourselves? How can we talk in themes and start that conversation? So to me, it's all about conversation. It's not about convincing anyone to join the business, but it's start a movement, as I may say. So, so this is tonight's content. I'm going to talk about, so what is talking in themes, you know, what it is and why do we need to use this method, and what are the things we can talk about. And there are some example topics, and I really appreciate your input on that as well. And then how do we talk in themes? So basically that is. So what is talk in themes? I actually do a Google search. This is what came up at the first page. It's a theme in a piece of writing, a talk or discussion is an important idea, put in red. So it's an important idea or subject that runs through it. So basically we want to, when we are talking in themes, we want to make sure that our idea or this subject, so like shop.com or shop online, one-to-one marketing, that runs through that. So we are not jump through between two different subjects or ideas. So this is what it is. Talking in themes is just having an important idea or a subject that run through it. So why do we need to talk in themes? Isn't conversation just a conversation? Why we need to have a topic to talk about? It's because if we can talk Market Australia in a theme, like in a section, in a subject, then we will be able to start and engage conversation around unfranchised business, which most of our new business partners find it difficult to start or engage a conversation around unfranchised business. We can talk about anything, the family, the dog, the cat, the chicken, but we never will be able to, how do we start engaging this conversation? So that's why we need to talk in themes. That's why we need to learn. And a well-developed and structured what it is, our 2 minutes commercial attracts. So we always say that facts tell and stories sell. So stories will be able to sell our concept, our idea, and the unfranchised business. And it will increase our effort. It will increase the prospecting and recruiting efforts. So it's easier for us to do so. And we can enlightening and educating prospects in certain topics. For example, I just heard Kitty say that now she is partner with this wellness sort of organization. And yes, now Kitty will be able to enlightening and educate more people, you know, whether it's health practitioner or patient with a certain topic. for example, a preventive health, about TRS, about weight management, how about transition lifestyle. So that's awesome. That's awesome. And that's what we need to do, because not everyone is expert in everything, but we all are, as an individual, we are good at something, isn't it? And by having that good at something, that will be able to enlightening people. And again, I just say that over and over again, is themes equals stories, and then stories equals sales. That's why we need to talk in theme. Okay. So now, what are the themes that we can talk about? So what about Market Australia? What are the topics that we can talk about? This is just some ideas that I noted down from Andrew Weissman's speech about talking in themes and about how important the coring is. So here are just some ideas. So please add it on as you wish and as you like. This is just some ideas, okay? So the first is one-to-one marketing. So what is one-to-one marketing? They can be a topic. We can talk about mass customization. I will have a couple of examples of how Market Australia or Market America talk about one-to-one marketing, and what is mass customization and why is good, you know, what is a good business practice. And hang on a second. The next one is a product brokerage. More without walls, that's another good topic. Internet marketing, e-commerce with web portal, so that's us, that's shop.com. We can talk about franchise versus franchise, what's the difference, what's the same. 2 to 2 years plan versus 45-year plan, what it is. Before shop.com, I never heard of this. I never heard of that in 2 to 3 years, I'll be able to establish my financial freedom, nor that I know that in the end of 45 years of working, I can end up in a very different place than what I expecting, retire comfortably. So that's one that we can talk about. A plan B. This actually come out quite often now for the last couple of months about plan B. Who would know last year this time that Qantas will be in such a big, you know, trouble, and Virgin is about to you know, just vanish in the air? Who would know that Maya in 120 years, for the first time in over 100 years, closed down, and we see hundreds and thousands of people that line up in front of Centrelink in order to survive. And I have friends that who owns multiple rental properties, that they are few already expressed that they can't afford to pay the rent. So what do you do? Has anyone thought about plan B? You know, as a Chinese, that I always been brought up to always have eggs in different baskets. So a plan B is a very good topic to talk about, and we can discuss that later on. And residual income, what it is residual income? Have you heard of residual income? And time leveraging. I think this time leveraging is incredible. I have never thought, you know, Robert Kiyosaki talked about the cash flow quadrant, talk about being an employee and self-employee and business and investor. And the difference between the left quadrant to the right quadrant is the employee and self-employee, we're trading time for money. There's no leveraging. While the right quadrant with business and investor, they know how to leveraging people's time. So let us say I work 10 hours a day. If I have a team of 10, that's 100. Can you imagine that if each of those 10 also have 10, you know, business partner working with them, that's 1,000 hours of 1 day's worth. And that's called time leveraging. And that's phenomenal. It's huge. And we can continue to talk about our testimonial and our reason why we are attracted to unfranchised business. Sometimes I got frustrated like trying to explain to people why shop.com, try to start this conversation, and why network marketing is not a bad, network marketing is actually quite good. People sometimes just have this skepticism, just no, don't, Julia, don't talk about direct marketing with me. And I sometimes look into myself. I look in the mirror. I say, Julia, are you unique? I say, no, I'm pretty normal. So I'm pretty sure that there will be some normal people like myself also will be attracted to the unfranchised business. And that kind of thought make me feel much better. So that's also a good topic to talk about. And we can talk about certain product that you have a great experience with. So for example, Kitty, you are an expert in TLS, and I'm sure that there will be lots of things that in TLS, in isotonics, that will bring to you a topic to discuss with other people, with your customers or your clients or your prospects. And like, I love motives, so I can talk for hours about motives, about makeup, about skincare. So certain product that you have good experience with, you can talk about it, and because it's truth, it's truthful, that's your own experience. So it's really easy to start conversation on that. You are not making up a story. This is your true experience, and that people can tell. And anti-aging and wellness, we just talked about that just seconds ago, that Kitty is in this area, and that's a big market. There's a lot of money behind anti-aging and wellness, and we will be able to capitalize on that based on our unfranchised business model. And then shopping experience, we talk about shopping annuity. How we turn the already spent money into an investment? How can we use, we call that the money spent, so that's it. We don't need to invest anymore, but just convert our day-to-day expenditure into an investment. So that we can talk about. And then we can talk about the major trends. I'll explain on that a bit later. So I don't know about you. What else would you talk about? Like, does anyone wanna put in the things that I forgot to put it in? What else we can talk about in theme around shop.com, around unfranchise? No? Okay, I'll continue then. All right, now the next thing is branding our MPCP, our Management Performance Compensation Plan, and what are the strengths. So why we are so unique, why shop.com, why unfranchises stand out among us other network marketing, or why we are not multi-level marketing, why we are better than other business. For example, there are few more binomial type of business model on the market. So why we stand out? What are our strengths? So the first is our volume can surge to infinity. So our income, our commission is not the matter of if we can get it or not. It's basically when can we get it. And our BV and IBV accrues for 365 days. It's not monthly. It doesn't reset back to zero. So again, the commission is not if or not, it's when do we get it. And then no one can break away. So with a normal multi-level marketing, if your junior business partner is better than you, and they could break away. But with shop.com, it actually created common vast economy interest. So people all stay together and it's to the infinity. So that's awesome. And we get paid weekly. Every Friday night, we actually get calculate whether we get the commission that week or not. And we get paid weekly. And we can place our volume to the lowest personal sponsored business partner. So we have the choice of where we're going to place our volume. And we have an opportunity to earn more than the senior business partner. And we have the opportunity to own more than one business development center. So let us say each week, one business development center income capped, commission capped at 3,600. So if you wanna make more than that, you can own more than one business development centers. Next one is business can be willed. For the younger one, you probably, this is not so relevant, but it's relevant to me. My daughter is 13 years old, and I would like to leave her something, leave some legacy for her to continue on. And this business can be willed. Another one is organizational structure expand in depth. Because of the binomial structure, we are able to build our business vertically rather horizontally, and that creates a common economic interest. So we all in here together, and that's an awesome feeling to work in a team and be part of it. Just a few topic that I can think of that is around our MPCP, and those all are a great talking points, and they all are a good thing that you can expand on. So this is just my personal opinion on what can we talk about when we are discussing or when we are trying to introduce the management performance compensation plan. Okay, so now we go down to the example now. So the first one, I think we'll talk about one-to-one marketing. So Andrew Weissman say, what is one-to-one marketing? One-to-one marketing is, Market Australia is a product brokerage and internet marketing company. And we set up on franchises which incorporate all the advantages of franchise, but we are able to eliminate the weaknesses. Each franchise owner manages a team of customer managers who collect data of what their customer want and need. This data is sent to the company database and the information is analyzed. The company then sources what customer want and brings to them. This type of marketing is called one-to-one marketing, and it is the way to the future. We teach people how to make money doing this. Does this sound like something you like to learn more about? So again, you end with a question and that creates a conversation and that you can talk in themes. So that's one-to-one marketing. And what is mass customization? So according to Andrew Weissman, we are experiencing the paradigm shift from mass production to mass customization, and from industrial age to information age. Mass customization is a mass production of individual customized goods and services. People love to buy, but hate to be sold on something. So Market Australia now represents the future of business. The involving concept of one-to-one marketing and mass customization center on tracking customer data. Tracking customer data, identifying commonalities and sourcing them out. So mass customized product can be produced and can be delivered to awaiting customers. So the wonderful things about mass customized product is that you already know people want to buy the product. The company we are partnered with is leading the parade in the new paradigm. Is this something that you like to learn more about? Again, and with a question. I love this. Is this something that you like to learn about? So we are not trying to convince someone. We basically just a messenger. We just pass on the information. If they are interested to learn more about it, then we can set up appointment and continue to talk about it. Now, talking about the product brokerage, I actually copied this down from our UBP. I love this slide so much is why. Not only that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 sort of 9 product ranges that is in the multi-billion dollars market, but the most important thing is coming soon. because our unique business plan, because our product brokerage concept, we are able to sell everything and anything on the planet when anything is in trend. So we can sell essential oils, we can sell shop finance, we can sell Concord Entertainment. So there are lots of things that it doesn't matter what the product is. The unique part is the MPCP will enable us to make money based on whatever in trend. So what is the product brokerage concept? Is we actually have the hundreds of exclusive products and services, and we are not relied on the sales of one product or one service. You know, due respect, I know I have friends is selling essential oil through Young Living and having Usana or Genesis. You know, by all means, I respect them. They are friends, but they actually based on one type of product range. So what if someone doesn't like to use essential oil? There's no business. But because our unique business model, will able to basically sell the things that customer already want and they already buy. So there's, you know, there's no hard sell that we need to do anymore. And again, this is a multi-billion dollars market, and we will be able to identify the latest market-driven product. Why? Because we don't need to produce them. We don't have a manufacturing burden. So we will be able to identify that very quickly and put it on market very quickly. And if it is not sell, we can take it off very quickly. So we are able, because of the company, we are able to move with the marketplace quite easily. So that's the product brokerage concept. Again, the product brokerage concept, you can expand on that and you can talk a lot more. It really depends on how much you wanna talk in theme about. And basically, you just wanna get people's interest and set up appointment for you to tell them more about it. Then we'll talk about the 45-year plan versus 2 to 3 years plan. I must admit, before I met Shop.com, before I became an unfranchised owner, I never heard of it. I never even thought of it. I thought by the age of 65, when I retire, I will own my own house, I will have money, my lifestyle would never, I never need to sacrifice my lifestyle. It will be exactly the same. The truth are, the older we get, actually, the more expensive we are, the medical bill, so on and so forth. So I'm so glad Shop.com not just only give me residual income, but also teach me something so valuable that making me think about think about the bigger picture to see what the top 5% elite and successful people can see. So basically, the 45-year plan means that, you know, you start working at the age of 20 and you retire at 65, which at the moment in Australia is 67. I got the feeling by the time it's my turn will be 70. So I have every desire to get out of this red race as soon as I can, rather wait until 70, because then what do I have left to enjoy life? So 95% of people spend up to 45 years to make that top 5% rich. So basically 95% of population by the age of 65, either still working or financially struggling or dead. So now I'm looking at this big pie. I think I would rather dead than be financial struggling at the age of 70, you know, not knowing when will be my next meal will be. And that's not a very good place to be. So again, this is a 45-year plan. Does anyone thought of it? This will be a very good topic to talk about because people love to be enlightened. If I wasn't enlightened or I wasn't educated by unfranchised by Market Australia, I would never thought of this. So here is just another chart. What is the 45-year plan? 5%, 1% rich, 4% financially fit, and 3 out of the 4 of those 5% actually own their own business. So done that sort of aha moment. What do we need to do to stay in that 5% is own your own business. And the rest of 95% basically spend the 45 years to make that 5%, to make that 5% realize their dream, basically. So what is 2 to 3 year plan then? So basically it's saying that Market Australia on franchise business model will be able to let us in 2 to 3 years comes out with a plan for our own financial success. And also creating a residual income along the way. So whether we want to have additional income or having the credit card debt being paid off, whether to have time freedom. Time freedom is big to me. I prefer to have my choice. When I say retirement, it's not about staying at home doing nothing, because at the moment, lots of people are staying home doing nothing. It's not by their choice. They're being forced to stay home and there's no job for them anymore. That kind of time freedom is very unbearable. It's not the time freedom that we have in mind, isn't it? And whether it's early retirement, whether it's mortgage and rent, I did the calculation to receive a $300 a month, which is our commission, the minimum commission that we can get. At the 3%, we need to put in the bank for $120,000 in the bank in order to receive $300 a month at the interest rate 3%. At the moment, my interest rate is 0.11%. Might as well put it under the pillow. Honestly, I use 1% to calculate. $300 a month, I need to put in the bank for $360,000 in the bank to receive 300. I'm sure in this calling, there are maybe 2/3 of people making more than this already, and for the rest of either already done 300 a month or on the way. So shouldn't we be grateful? I'm super grateful that we have this in our hands. So what is that feeling? Just grateful. I think I'm so lucky that someone introduced me to
gratitude.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Gratitude. And like what Mark said this morning about, we need to have a peace in mind. If we think about negative, then negative things would happen. And when your heart is full of gratitude, good things will happen. And I'm so grateful that shop.com actually give me having the feeling of gratitude. That's a good place to be at such a difficult and uncertain period of time, isn't it? So on franchise versus franchise, this is a great theme to talk about too, because people always heard of franchise, but never hardly anyone on franchise. What is it's not in the dictionary. It's the word that you invented. So basically what it says that on franchise business doesn't have the franchise fee, doesn't need to pay. We don't need to pay monthly royalties. We don't need to, we don't have a restriction territorial. I have Asia Pacific. I can have business partner in Taiwan, in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Malaysia, and I can retail over 180 countries around the world, including UAE. I still have a customer there buying product from me. So that's awesome. We basically have an international online business with $129.95 and $26 a month. It is a gemstone in our hand, and we will be able to do it part-time. That's really important, because when we talk about business, I used to be a business owner. I will sort of expand on that a bit more. To do a business part-time and make such good money, it's almost impossible. If we can't do it with shop.com, surely we can't do it anywhere else. And then again, the startup fee is really small and basically little to no risk. franchise, because my association with Melbourne Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, we always have a business owner wanted to do a hotel franchise, like rooming house franchises, bubble cup, the milk bubble tea franchise. And we are not talking about 500, we are talking about 500,000. Nevertheless, I say that McDonald's, KFC, that will be definitely out of my league. So that's the difference. But we also have the benefit of having a franchise. So we do have some similarity. We have the standardization, we have GMTSs, we have the system, we have merchandise and marketing tools, so on and so forth. So basically, that's something that we can talk about. Say, have you heard of unfranchise? Do you know the difference between Shop.com, Market Australia, to other franchise business? And here is something I can talk about. Again, in our UBP slide, we talk about that, and each an individual of the.
Sorry to interrupt you. Is it possible for you to make the screen like a full screen? Because at the moment it's sort of like a quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the next slide that we can see, but if you can make it the full screen, that might be a little easier.
Try and I'm mistaken. Why is that? Sorry, now you can see all the slides, right?
Yeah, yes, we can. Yeah, but if you can go to the fourth one, I think that's the full screen. Yeah, the one, that one there. I think that should be the full screen.
I don't think so. I click on that. It just give me nothing.
Excuse me, it's your own control. This is Hong Ling. If you go up, everyone, not Julia, everyone, you go up to the top. You see that you are viewing Julia Johnston screen, right? And then next to it, it has view option. You pull down the drop down, zoom ratio. If you go and do 100%, you see fit to window, 50%, 100%. Do you see that?
Well, I can see my.
No, I mean everybody screen. Else.
So
everybody else, you go to your screen. At the top of your screen, you have the green bit. It says you are viewing Julia Johnston screen. On the right-hand side, view option. You see the view option, drop down arrow, you click, right? It has either fit to window, 50% or 100% is the original size. So if you fit to window and you expand your whole window, you see the whole thing. Who was the one that asking? Gavin?
Yeah, Gavin was asking, but I can also see, because Julia is in presenters mode, you can still see the next slide, even when you're in 100, because I'm already in 100. If you actually change to not presenter.
Not the presenter, yes. For Zoom, I don't think you can use the presenter.
Yeah, that's why I think it's not, even I'm actually on 100%, I can still see the next slide, which is not.
So what do I need to do?
You have more than one screen, Julia.
Go to the display settings,
I have
maybe?
More.
I think what you do is you just
share display settings.
Sorry, Julia. What you do is you share the correct screen. I think you're just sharing the wrong screen. That's all. If you share the correct screen, you fix the problem. Yeah.
All right. Let me stop sharing and I'll
try again here. I think that will be better. So you end it and then you go to not the presenters mode, but the normal, the full screen.
How about this?
Yes, that's it. Yep. So double click it. Yeah, here we are. And then click the one down the bottom where you can see the full screen as you've chosen your last slide. Here it is. Unlike, yes.
Okay, it doesn't seem to work. Did you guys see it in the full screen? But I can't.
Go to view at the top along your top of your screen, Julia. If you go to view,
go to view.
Across.
Yeah,
that's clear enough. Yeah, that's clear.
And then if you go Where are we?
Slideshow.
From current screen. Sorry, you go to slideshow.
Yeah.
Go to
so yeah, I go to view and then what? And I go to.
No, you go to slideshow.
Where's that?
Back up next to
slideshow. Yeah.
On the left, yes. From current slide.
And then from
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, yes, that one. Click.
Yeah, I click.
You click. You click.
And then click on current slide.
Click it harder.
All right.
Play from, where's the play?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep, that's better.
I click.
I think we can all see now. That's all right. Yeah, just keep going. I think it's okay.
It's still the same.
Okay. You're about to finish.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it is about to finish. Okay, next one. Okay, let me just read this. Okay, why? We just say that our testimonial and the reason why we are attracted to unfranchised business is so important, and that's the story, and that's how we sell it. So here say that this testimonial of the real reason why you are doing this business accompanied by a pure description of the business. So they say, oh, sick and tired living, and I started my unfranchised business, established my children's future, so on and so forth. Whatever that reason is for you, you put it in. That's your why. And my why is, I once owned an essential oil exporting business in 2004, but I had to close it down due to the extensive travel is no longer suit my lifestyle after my daughter was born. I always wanted to have a business of my own. So when a friend introduced Market Australia on franchise business with a concept of investing the money that already spent and linking household to households everyday purchase and be benefit from it, I was sold. Because what a smart idea, isn't it? It is a great idea. What I already spent that we actually can invest it. So now, particularly now during this difficult time with the pandemic, I actually look back, I can't help to feel grateful. I can't help to feel that I'm extremely lucky that I have chosen shop.com as my plan B, because for lots of people, this plan B can be possible turn into plan A or being forced to become a plan A. So now, you guys see your why, or still mine is still show the unfranchised business. So what do you see at the moment? You guys see the unfranchised business or your why?
Your why?
Okay, all right.
Your
so
why.
I got, all right. My big screen actually stop at the unfranchised business. Doesn't matter. Next. So then we can talk about certain products that you have great experience with. So this can be a retail, can be a business. It really depends on what you have chosen. I think the COVID-19 about the pandemic is a great topic. It's a great theme to talk about. We can talk about how isotonics can help, like Mark actually said about how our product can help, the vitamin C, the probiotics, the OPC3, the terminals, and the turn down, so on and so forth. So we will be able to talk about it. So COVID-19 is always on everybody's topic, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So this can be a good product that we can expand on and to talk about. I also like to talk about the aloe vera gel. I actually saw few aloe vera gel the last couple of days after I heard from Lorraine say that we can make our sanitizer. We can make our hand sanitizer in Australia. I think we can't find hand sanitizer anymore, but do you know that we can make it our own? You just need to have the 3 parts of 70% alcohol, which is the ethanol, plus 1 part of our ultimate aloe gel, and then you can put into few drop of essential oil, whether tea tree or rosemary or thyme, it's up to you. And voila, that's your own hand sanitizer. So I'm actually making some, and I'm going to give it to friends and families and my customers as a gesture. At the moment, I give whenever my customer order daily essential, I actually give them a bottle of shopping annuity hand wash, the organic lime and sage hand wash, just to say thank you and help them to keep clean, keep hygiene. So that's what I do. And again, this is a great topic to talk about how we can make our own hand sanitizer. And so that's next, the shopping annuity hand wash. And Katie, you talk about TLS. I'm sure you talk about TLS all the time. And do you know our SNAP actually, our SNAP actually is enzyme based, and it's really good to break down protein. So again, I'm not saying that we can to kill all the virus, but it is enzyme based, and it does break down the protein. And the motifs, which I do it all the time. When I have a new leaf color on, when I go to work, that's the theme that we are talking about, the leaf color. And then I always have that day's color with me, so my colleague can try it on themselves, and I normally can get retail out of it. So again, the theme can also lead to retail, and also can lead to recruiting as well, and Lumiere the bee, so on and so forth. And about the shopping experience, like the great deal you have got, I love to talk about it because I shop online all the time. I love Groupon. Lately, I took up golf, so I start to learn golf, and my daughter also enjoy golf. And before the stay home quarantine with the stage 2 coming up, I actually able to use Groupon and go to Yarra Valley golf course to have a game with my friends. And toilet paper, who is not talking about toilet paper? Actually, Catch has toilet paper on sale, and I took my mom and my daughter last year to KL, to Sunway Lagoon, and I think I got it from not KK Days. There's a couple of good websites that our partner store that we can buy the theme park ticket from, and bonds as well. So those are the shopping experience that we can share about. Now, the last one is the 4 major trends. We all know that now more and more retail stores are closing down. So we know that KKK, so is that the Just group, so Smigels and anyway, the Just group with Forever New and Smigels and KKK, they all gone down. So now more online store is coming up, and particularly during the being bonded at home, the online sale actually rise. And you know what? The Zoom meeting, this company actually is the only share on the market that is going up rather going down. Everybody is going down, right? And Zoom is going up. So if we knew, we should buy that. By the way, today, Mark said that with Zoom, we actually can get it only for $9 something. At the moment, I'm paying Zoom for $22. Yes. So I'm going to change it back to that $9 and have more function. We will be able to do Facebook Live, so on and so forth. So go to youronfranchise.com, do a search on Zoom, and change our Zoom to this good deal. And you get IBV each month. How good is that? So
love it.
Yeah, we should do that. Just on the side notes. And also the trend of one-to-one marketing replacing the mass marketing because of our one-to-one marketing, because of our product brokerage, but because of our mass customization, we are able to do one-to-one marketing. And then more and more people want to be their own boss, and they're rising on entrepreneurship, you know, more and more work for themselves. So those are the good topic that we can talk about. So Now we talk about why we need to talk in theme and what are the subject or what are the idea that we can talk about. Now we're going to do how to talk in themes. It's almost back to the ground zero. Let's learn how to start a conversation. So here are the tips, and actually those tips are from Susie. I just copied from her slides to this one. So credit to sincerely Susie's notes. First, we need to listen to understand rather listen to answer. I think that's my mistake too. I always listen and then jump into try to answer their every question and realize that their question's never the question. There's an underlying issue there that makes them to ask those questions. So listen to understand. Don't jump into conclusion or jump into answering them, because truths are what your answer is probably what not they wanted to know. So that's first. Secondly is continue the conversation by asking relevant questions. Here I say relevant questions because we can ask any kind of questions. We can talk about the lipsticks and then suddenly you ask a question, oh, how was your last night's movie date night? And then that's not relevant, and that will bring you out of that theme conversation. So remember, you need to ask relevant questions to continue the conversation, to understand what they need. And people love to talk about themselves. So be a good listener. Again, think about conversations, not convincing. So we are not trying to convince anyone. If we try to hunt people down, people can sense it. They have these animal instincts. So think about conversation. Think about we are enlightening them or educating them about the idea of online shopping, about having a plan B, about a residual income, about time leveraging, about cash flow quadrant. So those are the things that we can talk about, and not trying to convince them. And again, attend training and tap into Zoom webinar and listen to audio. Now is better than ever that now all the meetings gone online. There is no excuse. It's too far away. I'm going to travel from west to east or east to west. Oh, my dogs, my child at home. Now you can have child at home. You still will be able to get online and attend training. And you know what? You can even attend the training that in United States. You thought of that. So you actually can attend the UBP, let us say JR runs. How awesome is that? So according to Mark, we actually, the month of February, we have a 50% growth on franchises owner. For goodness sake, can you imagine that we tap into a little bit of that? Our business is going to grow really quickly, really good. And before, I have people having excuses. Oh, I can't go out. My husband doesn't want me to go out. And now they don't have to go out. They have to come into your Zoom meeting. They don't have an excuse not to come anymore. So here you go. Now is the better time than ever to attend training. So do that. And read relevant books and watch news. Because when you watch news, you know what's going on around you, and then you will be able to talk in theme. You will be able to engage a conversation. I have a few books here that I like to share that I like. I don't know whether, because I can't see myself anymore. Here, Your First Year in Network Marketing. This is a great book. I love that. And I love Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek is the author of Starting with Why. And this is his second book called Leaders Eat Last. It's an audio book. And I love to put it in my car when I go to work and coming back from home, coming home back from work. I like to listen to Simon Sinek, Leader Is Last. And I have a Chinese book called To Be a Better Me. It's talking about how you manage your life being full-time, like a career woman and having a family and children. So that's a very good one, because I often have people tell me that they can't manage having a business and a full-time job. and children and husband and family. And this is the books to encourage you. It say 勇敢如你 is as courage as you are. Yeah, so that's that. And Richard Branson's Like a Virgin. Unfortunately, Virgin is going down, but that's the book. And Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is a great book too. So it's just a few books that I'm reading and I really enjoy. And the last but not least is to knowing people type of personality. That's important because different people have different needs and different way of thinking. So if you try to convince someone in red, the Fiery Red, about every single strategy on how they work and the technology behind it or science behind it, probably you will lose this prospect. So this chart is talking about that we roughly categorize people into 4 colors. Blue color is cool blue. So what kind of people is in blue? They're probably more logical. They probably like to know the process driven. They wanted to know every details. While the Fiery Red is very determined. They are strong-willed. So they wanted now, they want it yesterday. So for example, Susie is like that. Susie very driven, very competitive, and very demanding. And you don't waste her time. Don't waste this type of person's time. They are more like a boss. They think business. So you need to straight to the point and no fluffy around it. No too much of what do you call small talk. Okay. Now, earthy green. Green is the people that caring. So when we are talking to this type of people, then we want to bring out how this business can help people to break out their financial struggle, and they are able to be having a time freedom and a financial freedom can help people. So people probably having a religion and very devoted into the church is this type of person. So you want to make sure to let them know that our product is not testing on the animal. It's not harmful. Our snack product is not harmful for the environment. So those are the things, the theme that you would like to talk to them about. And those yellow ones, sunshine yellow is me. We'll talk about sociable. We'll talk about the training. We talk about people get together, work together as a team. So then if you are talking about the process, you probably lost me in 5 minutes. However, if you are talking to me about we can do online party, we're going to have model walkthrough, and you can work together. So women get together around the dining room table and we come out a great idea. That attracts me. So depends on the personality of each type. You might like to tailor with all those themes that we just talked about. We have so many things to talk about because shop.com is such a big business. How can you then engage them just by knowing their personality? And then soon you will know the grasp, the way how you can talk to them. And last but not least, I always like to share with my team is people don't care how much you know until that they know that how much you care. And that's end of my presentation. So
okay,
that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jules. Really appreciate that. Wonderful. All right, so let's
well done, Julia. Very good. That's awesome.
Very thorough and a lot of really different things that we can learn, that we have that we can actually use, right? So I'll just really quickly go through the group chat and then we'll probably go straight to the weekly accountability sharing. Let's have a look. So yeah, there were just some really good ideas that different people have shared. Jules have talked about like using certain products as themes, like the fact that you gave people some like shopping annuity hand wash, you know, that's a really good idea, I think. And when you talk about the golf game, I was asking Mark the same thing. You have to use your golf game as well, Mark, with Groupon and competitive. There's different types of, yeah, very comprehensive, very useful. And yeah, thank you so much, Jules. So now I'd like to invite up I actually did talk to different people to share about the exclusive products and the partner stores. So because of the time limitation, I think we'll just invite those that I've talked to do that next week. So if I can ask Hong Ling to share about your accountability experience, that will be awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I share my screen. Mine will be very, very short, sweet. Hang on, let me just share. So, what I have got here is right. So accountability, I think we have got many different ones, but I think we spoke a lot is the back office one. Back office one is the Kevin Buckman. So if you have been doing the accountability group with Kevin Buckman, you know that's he uses the back office. And then another one is the Global 6x6. And I just go straight into the one in the, hang on. Yeah, the back office. So just bear in mind, just let me just share my screen. So in the back office, I don't know whether all of you has done it before, but it's under my organization report and then management. And no, not management, weekly accountability. Right? So in there, you can actually request, oops, hang on. I have to go to the real thing. That was a slide. So what you can do is you can request, let's say you have a team that you work in a team, so you can request them to send to you, right? Or you can submit one. So when you submit one, you can send it to yourself as well and whoever that you are working with. That means your leader or your group leader, right? So you put it in, like I did one with Kevin Buckman and we all send it to Kylie. So here will be Kylie's email address. And then you just put in the week ending, right? And then it has all these things as, have you listened to one audio? This one is actually very good. It's only once a week, right? Then you have to write down what is the title, the notes, right? Have you read your goal statement on the review or the dream board once a day? So meaning you have got 7 days. Then you say yes, right? You contact one possibility from your name list, right? Making 7 calls, meaning 1 per day, right? And then you put in 10, added 10 possibility lists, and then you put it in and conduct trial size marketing 2 per week, or you sold 1 product to 1 new customer or 1 new product to an existing customer. So you just say yes or no. Then conduct 2 trial run or follow up of the meetings. So there you say yes or no. And presented the business plan to 2 personal possibilities using the evaluation approach and no decision close. So you put in the name, when do you do the meeting, the plan, and then the outcome, right? So you enter that. So you have got, like, if you have 2 to 3, you can actually add another one if you have more than 3 entries here, because this is 3 for a week. Then you attended or conducted 1 HBP, UBP, or coring. So you put in who is the person that doing the coring, then the date and the outcome. Who actually your prospect, not you. Of course, you are the one that submitted, all right? So these are all the prospect that you talk to. and you attend one GMTSS event, whether it's a UBP, and UOT, or local seminar, etc., etc., then you put it in. You can add more. If that month you have got local seminar as well as UBP, then you add another one. See, you can add entries. Then you can enter. This one is for the team. The team is defined as those unfranchised UFO participating regardless of line of sponsorship. So meaning your team, right, that you and your team in that week, how many personally sponsor, total team sponsor, right, and then total group BV for selected BDC, right? So for most of us will be, 001, but if you are higher pin, you could be anything else. Then total personally registered PC, preferred customer, then this is your personal one, and then your team, the team that in this fast track team. And then total new personal product sales, right? So how much is it? Product sales total, the whole team again, right? And then total team attendance at recent GMTSS. So this one is who are the people how many people attended in here. I think in the most of the leaders say we need to have projection. We need to know how many people in our team doing that, and then location and etc. and or any of the GMTSS meeting. Then you have question or comment, you put it there, and then you send the report. So this you can be your leader is doing this. So on the other end, they will get like a spreadsheet, so they will know what everybody is doing, right? So it's a way of tracking, right? Then Kitty, do you want me to go through that global 6x6 one or similar one, or we don't have time?
Perhaps just share a little bit about why do you think the accountability is important? I think that would be really good as well. Thanks, Hong Ling.
Okay, so personally, I prefer the global 6x6 similar ones, because this one I find that I can write down, and actually this one is we spin off from Susie's. There was one calling from Susie, right? Because personally I prefer this one because I can have a glance of what I've done for the week, and I put in the names, I put in what is happening, and by day I tick, and I can comment here, right? So to me, I just personally, right? The back office is good, but I like this one, right? And then I also use the tracking. So that one is every week. And then this one is like, I can say, okay, Joanne, what is the possible major, and then what happened? So in a way I can like track them and then say plan of action, like this person say not yet, right? And then Iva can be potentially TLS potential, and then Mustafa is not interested for now, right? So I have like a quick summary, and I suppose you can use your names list to do this update as well. But for me, I like this way. It's just that I like to see what happened in the week. So yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all I'm to share.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, basically, as we do it week after week about the different accountability and different people sharing about it, it doesn't really matter whether you're doing the back office one, whether the 6x6 or the 90 days or the one that Hong Ling just showed. I actually haven't seen that, like with all the different columns. I think each of them, according to your own interests, what suits you better, is just a matter of measuring, monitoring, and adjusting. That actually allows you to know how you're tracking, right? I think that is the most important thing. So I would encourage those of you who haven't done it. Today is the very first day of the second quarter. Perhaps you can consider doing it, and then approach your sponsor or your senior partner to keep you accountable and doing alongside you, or even fellow business buddies. It doesn't have to be even people that are your senior partners. If they're not doing it, it doesn't matter. So yeah, so this is something that I'd like to encourage you. And as I shared last week, I know that Carl Eklund is starting his 6x6 again with a global one this month sometime, and he'll announce it. So if anyone is interested, his Facebook group is called Global 6x6, and you can join in to do that. So I think that's basically it for tonight. Thank you so very much for everyone who've shared. Thank you, of course, Jules, for your wonderful sharing of talking in themes. That was really, really comprehensive. And I really love the different ways that we can talk to people. I always liken it as like playing table tennis or tennis, that, you one ball and then the other one, like you just chit chat rather than having to really do a presentation as such. So that was really, really powerful. Thank you so much, Julia, and Hong Ling, and everyone else that have shared. And until next week, take care, and I will look forward to seeing you next Wednesday again. Bye.
Bye,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone. Well done.
Good night. Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Well done, Julie. Well done,
Yeah,
presenters.
thank
Very well
you.
done.
Good
Well done,
night.
Thank you,
Hong Ling.
Julia.
Good job.
Well done.
Bye.
Bye.